Alright, let's continue on. Gotta get back to where I was, though. Continue. I actually just went and ate breakfast, and now I was like, I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing. Hey, Kyoto. Hey, Kyoto. Kayako. Kyoko. Yeah. Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty so nobody can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey.
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't, have to think anyways. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay then, we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no, we can't just leave him there alone. What? Why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. What the fuck you?
So then.
Fine then. I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player co-op based defense with the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you. I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try. Okay, so can I go investigate? I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check her for a pulse, like they do in the movies and stuff, but she's really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check after these injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that. Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Just wait 1 second. She's dead. That means everything that happened so far is real. It's not a joke or whatever. It's really real. Hell no. Someone save me. Let me out of here. Somebody help me.
What's your problem?
You're just now accepting that?
Just a sec.
Hold on, huh? Before we begin the investigation, is there something else we need to discuss? Oh yeah, is there?
Anyway.
We're going to find out who the killer is, because if we don't, we're all going to die here. Is that what you wanted to discuss? Because that seemed very pointless. We need to hurry up and figure out who the culprit is. Okay, I'm trying to. You won't let me leave.
Huh?
Is this really happening? Screw that piece of shit bear. Can I leave?
Just a second.
What do you want to discuss with me? If we find out who did it, then only that person dies. But if we get it wrong, then all the rest of us face execution. What the ridiculous school regulation said, right? So stupid. Hifumi? Consciousness has crashed. Restarting now. Please wait a moment. Come on, man. Let me out of here. Come on, someone let me out of here. Like, really, what do you want me to do?
Huh?
Is this really happening? Okay, yeah, we already did that. Okay, we already did this. I hate this, but still, we don't have a choice. We have to figure out who did it, or else we're all dead. Can I leave yet?
Just
Oh my god, who do you want me to talk to?
oh.
Hehe, so you finally noticed. Huh? Noticed what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received, and I noticed something very obvious and very unusual. Huh? What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka's body died? She died in Makoto's dorm. What? She's right. Then could it be? All at once, everyone turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few seconds earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then,
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong,
so
well, do I really have to say anymore?
perhaps you.
I'd rather you didn't. No.
Goodbye.
Everyone, pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. And just like that, Kyoko, he was gone before he realized it. We realized it.
Yo.
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I had better head to the scene of the crime. That's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. If whatever son of a bitch did this is here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that evidence,
You're fucking dead.
they better not let me find him. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious. I will. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sayaka ran off. Sakura ran off like Sayaka. She's dead. But I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know, and we're gonna investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
Anyway,
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
this is.
It was you.
weird.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next?
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto is guilty yet. And that's true. We may as well at least check. At least check just to check? Okay. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh, yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyways. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. And their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm a killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something, otherwise everyone will...
Execution is
Execution.
Execution. Electric chair. Zzz, zzz, poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
I can't let that happen. Nope. Okay. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka? I guess I should go look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Mitsuyoto. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Monokoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was stabbed wound in the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow, I have to find the truth, so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Okay. Aren't you going to help investigate, Chihiro? But I can't leave Junko here. I feel sorry for her. I have to stay with her. No way, I seriously don't want to die here. I'm begging you, God, Buddha, Mother Earth, God of Space, King Neptune, help me. I don't care who it is, just get me out of here. Hiro doesn't seem prepared to do any investigation right now. Alright, I guess we'll go to my room then. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime, my room. We won't make any progress without investigating there. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of the room a little closer. That might reveal something new. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its teeth. I haven't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off of the part of the blades and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if it's just to touch it a little bit. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it. This must be my room key. If I remember correctly. Ah, that's right. We'll have to trade keys. When we switch rooms, we switch keys too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true then, how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open the door. Otherwise, what's the point of switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or open it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms, and with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around, so she wouldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Huh? Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there's way less than there was before. Did Sayaka, you see how dirty my room was and decided to clean up a little? This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, the sword has been taken out, so it's just the sheath now. Huh? There's some scratches on the shelf. They must have been made when something sharp. But how did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're going to attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? You guys got anything to say?
By the way,
You know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
you son of a
That
bitch.
dirty bastard. Anyone who raised their hand to a woman is scum. That deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
Fucking
So if I ever find the son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. But what if it was a girl that did it?
yo.
That'll all get sorted out when the time comes. Sakuria, do you think I'm guilty too?
Hey.
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. I should look around here first. I can check other spots later. Hey, Kaiko. Kaiko. But, yeah, I don't know what I said.
What are you doing? Isn't it obvious?
Goka.
No. I'm searching.
Are you?
Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my
Did you
room.
lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen,
"Are you a clean freak?" Huh? No, I don't think so, but what? Not as she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
So,
I searched the floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. But really?
indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here? You know how that you mentioned it? I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looks like the lint roller in my room has been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it?
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka? The killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Can I, check the bathroom now? Okay, guess not. Well, what about the garbage can? Can't check that? Okay. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that it has been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
Not just me. Nobody's busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it
By
yesterday.
the way.
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because, like, why the hell would we? Okay. The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. Is there anything else? There are scratches and gouges in the wall and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? I would say so. It looks like there must... Oh, okay. Must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it, I was right there in the other room. If only I had heard something. That would not have been possible, huh? Don't you remember? All the rooms are completely soundproof. So something could have happened in the room next to you, and there would be no way you could have known. Perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Okay. Can I move yet? Okay, well, I've been checking the room. I'm really running out of things to look. The bathroom. And on the other side of the door... No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or illusion. She had lost everything that made her, her. Sayaka. All at once, I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, and the urge to burst into tears. But I can't. I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. I told myself that I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now, no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach that must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist was broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittering there on her wrist too. Right there, where all the wrist is swollen, there's something glittering. That's definitely concerning. Another thing that concerns me is... Huh? There's some blood on the left index finger, but that's it? The palm of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw. What? Written in blood were the numbers 11037. Did Sayaka do this? Some sort of sharp object has been thrusted into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow, but whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into. Also, according to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Yes, we know this. We went through this. Okay, cool. Okay, so those are the only two things they want me to look at. Okay, then I'm done.
It would seem...
It looks like you found it, right, Monokuma? Makudo? I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message? It's as if she wrote it with her life itself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way we found her, it means she must have wrote them by turning only her hand towards the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? Result?
Well...
Think about it. You're not going to tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Okay, thank you. It sounds like Kayako knows that Sayaka's dying message means. But honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer?
Makoto.
There's one other thing I want to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one. But the door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kayako said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob. What the heck? The doorknob practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used the screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious that this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? She stood there for a while, lost in thought. And apparently, struck with a sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about this? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So, what you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. Huh? What clears what now? I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. As if forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have came from, and also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka's dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks. If they'll even talk to me about it, that is. Okay. Photos. Huh? This definitely is my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. Huh? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates on my room and Sayaka's room were switched. So all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless? But why would anyone do that? Sayaka. No, I can't let myself get desperate again. I need to search for clues. Nothing here. There can only be one thing in the trash can. Yep, the DVD with Sayaka's name on it. Sayaka got really upset after seeing whatever was in this video. I wonder what did she see. It might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyways. I'm sorry, Sayaka. I need to borrow this DVD. Did we take it? I guess we did. Okay, good.
Seems like
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file says Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Very strange. Mr. Naegi, what was Miss Miyazuko doing in your room? Let me just say this. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? Is this the trash room? There's a sturdy gate here. No way to get past. It's the end of the line, the trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How do you get to this gate open?
No, you can't go any further.
No, entry beyond this point, only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further.
No entry beyond this point, only the person on cleaning duty is allowed. Who's on cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further.
Oh my god. This is stupid. It'd be faster to just go around and ask out the others.
No, you can't go any further.
Cleaning duty has been on, okay. Well, let's see who's on cleaning duty. I know who was on cleaning duty. It was you. I'm looking for whoever was on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happened that Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't got a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in front of the trash room.
Here we go.
Of course. It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for this trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room, and only the person in cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things out whenever we need? When we need to. That does seem more convenient,
In other words,
actually. Anyone who kills a fellow student and becomes blackened will graduate unless they are discovered.
so that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. But boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyways, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard.
Hey, fatty. Why'd you want the cleaning duty gig anyways?
Oh.
I just decided to volunteer for something. I knew no one else would want to do it. What's the big deal?
You.
Liar, I know why you did it.
Is it?
You wanted to dig through all the girls' trash, looking for, and poking around at it.
There's no way to think about
What are you
this
talking
in
about?
common
All
sense
my
kind of
love
way.
is for 2D.
You know what I mean.
But there are all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to... I would never get tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D to 3D, I voluntarily chose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC's vigors.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about Hifumi's questionable mortality, then a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sayaka can accompany them. Sakura can accompany them from picking up the trash and disposing of it. Well, what? If you're so as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in that? That's not how it's supposed to. Anyways, on another topic, Hifumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What? So now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma or save a village or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around. Ah, okay. So easy. So Hifumi and I headed to the trash room. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I looked at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever, please just hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hifumi pulled out a key out of the pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then... However, Mr. Naegi, surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along. No, I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe a parallel world? Whatever, let's hurry up and just keep looking. Well, there is definitely some stuff here. Are shards of broken glass scattered around the front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
Naiga, is that... So, you know what this is? They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like the Mania girl who was on the quest to find that one guy. Okay, whatever you say, dude. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should all still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. It looks like a burnt piece of something. A burnt piece? Like a hunk of burning love? Anyways, it looks like a piece of cloth, and the shape, it's a part of a sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some of the evidence that the killer destroyed. But there's a lot of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough by itself to figure out who the killer is. This is the incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. And it's on right now? Do you see the green and yellow button next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so yeah, learn this before you leave, okay? Someone tried to turn on this incinerator. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Ifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said that the last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Ah, yes, about that. There can be no mistake. If I got one thing going for me. It's my memory.
I feel as if.
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check this place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate, it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on. And yet, that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off and the glass shards and burnt cloth weren't. What does this all mean, Mr. Nagi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me? Everyone already knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. The green button turns it on, the yellow button turns it off. Or so it seems anyways. Am I done here? Can I leave? I'm a little... Laundry? No, I don't think I need to go in there. Where do I need to go? I need to talk to a few people. Nope, none of them. Yeah, I need to go there too, so okay, sure. Let's go fast travel. What is, oh, okay, I'm so disoriented. Where is the gym? That's a classroom. The spare hotel, no thank you. AV room. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then... an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage, right in front and center, was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with her friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept. Except that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
The ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly the screen went dark, and in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the... Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Look for the answer after graduation. Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world would be going crazy. That kind of person would take things this far? Huh? Okay, that's all I can find here. Gym. Need gym. No, that's not gym. Question. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what those numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code for something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head. I'm sorry. I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyways for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? Ugh, no. I've got to get out of here. Gotta get out of here now. I have to get out. I had enough. I gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Huh? Makoto? What are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So, how did it break? Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you. Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room. That means someone could have found it and taken it. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from Fortune Teller for 2 years full. Come out to be like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you powers to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go to laundry. I ain't got no other place to think of searching. Sure. I only got 2 coins, so... What's this? Door won't budge. It must be locked. Well, laundry's on the other floor. There's some magazines laying around. No help there. The vending machine's still there. Still doesn't have any way of helping to solve this case either. Oh my god, there's like tons of stuff. It's a washing machine that has nothing to do with this case. There's a swimsuit hanging out to dry, but it has nothing to do with what's going on. But I got a coin. Nice! Okay. You have anything to say, dude?
Very strange.
So why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No, you've got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face. Even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? Yeah. The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. She's dead because of me? Then it should have been me that died. Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then I... Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. Okay. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but it looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or I better see if anyone here knows more about it. Boop, boop, boop. Marbled meats, salted meats. Now's no time to be thinking about food. Nice. There's a bunch of vegetables all piled up. I don't see anything noteworthy about any of them. But I got a coin. Nice. You know about the kitchen knife? Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
No, last I remember, they were all lined up nice and neat. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to go and get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. When I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives were gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure you can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Thank you. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? But what? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her? Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her? On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So, when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Bing bong.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
The red door on the first floor? That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. What if I don't go? No, I'm gonna go. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered and the murderer you are.
Listen to me.
Let's not jump to conclusion just yet. Save that for the class trial. There, we can all resolve the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Let's get started. Okay, you got nothing to say? Then let's go then. I guess I have no choice but to get on the elevator. Let us begin.
Yes.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death? I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raise my voice to try and give myself courage, I turn, trembling with anticipation, towards the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sound towards the school basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel like just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close, it's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a gigantic circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their attentions and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavier as we sat there. And so, the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Sure. What are my skills? I got a few, didn't I? Increases damage to opponents when a statement is destroyed. During the bullet timer. I don't really think I need any of this. Increases bullet capacity effective during bullet time battle. That's when the statement is destroyed. Whatever. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Friendship penetrates?
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything, because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-step debate. No. Make your argument. Evidence of a struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already. And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely. The killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bath. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
I gotta figure out the controls on the controller.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Escape! I need help.
We know that part already. And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is on the controller, but
Seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, it's wrong.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
oh, now you want to do it? Okay. Oh, jeez, I'm not trying to skip everything. Okay, let's go between Sayaka and the killer. So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise, she must have been attacked in the main room first, and then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job. That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't have needed even explaining. I still want to figure out something. Selecting truth bullet. It doesn't even tell me. I don't want to tell me how to do it with the keyboard. Tell me how to do it with the controller. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't help. I actually kind of wish I could. Whatever.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon. Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, That is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, you're wrong.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about okay, no.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in the dining hall. And then he went and stabbed Sayaka with it.
So he really did do it.
Yes, and it's been decided. We've reached the end.
No, we didn't. Some way to prove I didn't take the knife. The person who was in the dining hall last night should be able to do that.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in the dining, and then he went and stabbed Sayaka with it.
So he really did?
I'm gonna try and figure out what it is on the controller. Why? Why is it Y? Whatever. It's Y. It should be A. But okay.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have did it in secret.
No, it's wrong. Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah, that was what I was saying.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means, we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife for the kitchen was Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong!
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do anything, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman Gambit. Hangman Gambit. It was hair.
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So,
the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true. Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Oh, no crap.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
I do indeed. Thank you for asking me.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about nonstop. No.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her, and they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's wrong! The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door... That's not lucky at all!
So the reason the door didn't open was
It's
just
saving
because
my
it was
butt right
stuck.
now. Yes, because it was stuck.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked. So they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked? In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms. Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. The killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because...
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open, otherwise what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come and see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appear.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I'd better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, But even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote that?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then, pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
The killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is it has to be because of what got switched between mine and Sayaka's room.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms,
Mm-hmm.
correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to...
Exactly. The room that...
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
No.
Right? Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was...
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms.
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it!
No, we
Whoever
don't.
she invited over is the culprit!
Well, that, yeah.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Exactly.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
It's pretty obvious. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
Ooh, good job.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about... No. Oh crud, I do need to figure out how to switch bullets though.
The culprit grabbed the sword.
Okay, left bumper.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
Oh, nope. Yes? Okay, good.
No, that's wrong.
Thought I hit the wrong one.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too.
Nope.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you want to use the sword, which part of your body would have to touch it? Your palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, If you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yes.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to bathrooms at nighttime. The water goes off.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Gross.
Oh, my.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have been the one without the sword. So...
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Aww.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
It is, dude.
Because...
Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it! Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who the killer is, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we found up to this point one more time.
No, it's not.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
There's still one clue left, I'm sure of it. Sayaka's left it on the wall. Oh yeah, wasn't even paying
It's
attention.
easy just to say, hey, but there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, there is one.
No, it's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining, wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes. There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure, I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Wow.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it. It's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn the message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N, or more accurately,
Leon!
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
Sure it is, but...
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
Mm-hmm.
The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's that thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I understood a long time ago. The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. How?
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
So, no, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Make your argument. Shatter crystal ball. Okay.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Yeah, Mr. Observant.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was...
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned on the incinerator on. Very strange. I am quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because they're the ultimate baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
Why do
And
I
with
have to
that,
do it?
We can end this.
Okay.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument is about to begin. Okay, so we got my room. Okay. What do we got? Dew comes to the room. Okay, that seems like the first step. She was hiding, ready to attack. First, when Sayaka attacked the killer with a knife, they noticed something in the room. It was the... this? I don't know. They used that object to defend Sayaka's attack, which is why why that evidence was damaged. Right. So, block? Is there a block? There it is. He blocked it, and then they attacked Sayaka, broke her wrist. After the killer countered Sayaka's attack with an attack of their own, what did they do next? Well, she ran into the bathroom, so went after her until she ran into the bathroom. They forced the bathroom door open. The only logical way they could have done that was use this. And then they went after her. After she was stabbed, Sayaka used the last of her to write the killer's name. The killer used an item in my room to help dispose of evidence, which was the lint roller. To get rid of the object the killer threw to activate the incinerator must have been the glass sphere. And then what the killer threw in the incinerator. Unfortunately, one piece survived.
The killer is you!
Yeah.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for.
They fought back.
They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back.
Right.
During the struggle, A strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife,
and finished it.
And stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator.
Mm-hmm.
So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
Heh.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
And that killer is you, Leon.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Mm-hmm.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
Mm-hmm. I have the evidence? Yeah, I actually might need to watch this. Sometime during a call, your opponent simply won't want to listen to what you say. When this happens, you will engage them in head-to-head battle. During the BTB, you want to destroy the opponent's statements in a time of the rhythm. Match your button presses with the tempo markers as they move across. Okay. Press the right. I'm not using the mouse though. Please describe what to do without the mouse. Okay. Well, this might take me a few times then, because I gotta figure this out. Yeah, you're not helpful anymore.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws. Could it have been...
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Alright. The moment of truth.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lie. Shut up.
Oh god, I'm messing up.
You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
Okay.
You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
Oh boy.
You lie.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay, final strike. The toolkit.
This should prove it.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon,
You're making a good point, Leon.
Your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Game over. A. Aw, I knew I was gonna screw that part up. Alright.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Uh-oh, ho-ho, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blacken in this case, the one who killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon. Huh?
Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon? Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was killed or be killed.
So that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different.
One wrong step and you'd be in the same standing. You'd be the one standing here. It was completely chance that I wound up like this.
I was just...
Unlucky.
unlucky.
Yeah, that's all. Grr.
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything became clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if I'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then the truth is Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck here in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them, and Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said...
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know, because there's nothing I could do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's it. Yes, that's how it works. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships? She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she's descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand, really I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault, bro. Sayaka being forced to do something like that? All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunge at Monokuma. But...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would have leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it. That was so close. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good old whopping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did. Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identify of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon will receive his punishment.
Punishment?
Yes, we knew this was gonna happen.
Execution?
Yes.
Wait a second!
Didn't have a choice. I had to kill her. Yeah, that's it. I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you choose not to. Is it not because you had the unclouded intent to commit murder? No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone else, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. Swa? If it weren't for you, this would have never happened, Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in the situation, the mastermind. Uh-oh, did you awaken to the sense of justice? Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuates war after war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that awakens within you? Just shut up. Okay, well anyways, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon, the ultimate baseball star.
No, 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 no.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
No!
Game over. Leon has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if you can't call it that, what else could it have been called?
Extreme!
Woohoo, extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. Yeah, what he said. Well, what's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can't get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us? Evil? You make me sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy. Or in that case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear. So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal? It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking up way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regret from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. Being trapped is in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you've learned all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there, just like before. Anyways, let's get to the blackening punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. I hate you. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no. It wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. Ugh. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment...
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered in my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? How Sayaka betrayed me by oh, yeah. Didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you cannot ever change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know that for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That is certainly one possibility. But I don't think that was what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the death of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths. I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my lives. How could I possibly move past something like this? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic?
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have a pretty good intuition. Three down. To be continued. You receive The despair bat. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do with that? Sure. It's nighttime. What am I supposed to do? I can't leave. It's gone. She really is gone. It's almost like there was never anything there to begin with. Every last sign of Sayaka's existence has disappeared without a trace. It's just like he said. After the class trial, before we took the elevator back up, Monokuma told us... Oh, I almost forgot. Since the class trial is over, I'll go ahead and dispose of all the corpses.
What are you gonna do?
It's okay. No need to thank me. Just seeing your delighted smile faces is thanks enough for me. After all, nobody wants to look at a rotten corpse every day. That can't be good for your health. I didn't even have time to mourn Sayaka and Junko's death. I'm sure that's exactly why he did it. It's a bad joke, a sickening dream, but I have to accept the reality of it. I headed back to the dining hall to meet up with the others. Sorry I'm late.
So,
Hey, are you okay, Monokuma?
Listen to me!
You sure took your sweet time. I was just about to go and get you and drag you back here. Sorry. So, what happened? Was your room fixed up like he said? I imagine it would be pretty hard to sleep with a rotten corpse in your bathroom.
Hey, come on.
Jesus, that's fucked up, man. Why would you say something like that? My room was spotless. There wasn't anything left. Like, the whole thing never happened.
I see.
It must be tough staying there, knowing what happened. Why don't you just stay in Sayaka's room? Well, staying there with her scent still hanging in the air, that would hurt just as much. Plus, I've decided that I can't turn away from her death. Monokudo. Hey, cheer up. Getting depressed isn't gonna help anything anyways, right? If we all work together, I'm sure we'll find a way out of here.
You got it.
So everyone just try and cheer up and get back to on track. Is that honestly supposed to make us feel any better? Huh? We were already working together, and yet someone was still murdered. Anyone could betray us at any point. Now, that has happened once, it's a question of when, not if, the next one takes place. Yeah, because Sayaka made the first move.
Well...
But if we work together against the mastermind, nobody have any reason to do anything like that.
Stop talking.
Keep telling yourself that. I'll be over here in the real world, working together, fighting a common enemy. Like it or not, it's not that simple. What do you mean?
Are you okay
The
with
mastermind seems to be much more powerful than we ever suspected. They took over Hope's Peak, which was supposed to be well defended, then modified it to fit their desire. They created Monokuma, which seems to be incredibly advanced, and they're providing for our ever need. And the cherry on top is the execution we just witnessed. Everything has been planned down to the last executing detail. This is not the work of your everyday psychopath. Defying them may be too great of a risk.
So
Then what are we supposed to do? Anyone who truly does want to escape will just have to follow the rules. In which case, the only option is to deceive those around you and win the game.
No.
No.
What?
No what? I don't want to live.
Take it.
If it means killing someone else to do it, I don't want to kill anyone. Anyone else? What do you mean?
It's because...
Leon died because we all voted for him, right? It's no different from us killing him or ourselves. But if we hadn't voted for him, we'd all would have died instead, right? That isn't what you wanted, is it? She's right. If you heap that kind of blame on yourself, you'll turn into a full-fledged masochist. Chihiro, listen. You're not to blame. Not you, not Leon, and not Sayaka. The mastermind is responsible for everything that's happened. We had no choice but to vote. I can't even imagine what would have happened to us if we had refused. And in the end, it was Monokuma who ultimately killed Leon. So don't waste your anger on yourself. Instead, direct it at the mastermind. Dong, bing, bong. It's nighttime.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Oh, and one other thing. It was totally obvious before that you were trying to make yourselves feel better and justify what you did. See you, don't see you, see you. That's about how much I can see you, even when you try to hide. Now pay attention and remember this well. The burden of judging others is a heavy one to bear, so be well aware of your actions. Order and stability rely on the sacrifice and responsibility of everyone. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
What was that about just now? Was he saying it's our fault what happened? That pretty cruel, man.
Don't fuck with me.
That piece of shit. Who does he think he is? And so the day drew to a close. A tense, maddening day that saw the death of 3 classmates, Sayaka, Junko, and Leon. But this is just the beginning. Our despair has only just began. Boy's Life of Despair. I woke up the next day to Monokuno's normal morning announcement. Then he called us all to the gym. What's he gonna do to us this time? We were practically frozen with fear, but Monokuno was determined to get us involved in his little game, and with that goal in mind, he began it.
Okay, lift your arms up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why is he actually doing what he's saying?
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
Jesus.
4.
Now reach way up and bend way down. Tighten those muscles. Let's add a little strength, a little speed to those young bodies of yours.
Doesn't that feel just great, being stuck inside like this? You gotta make sure you stay healthy. You're the one keeping us stuck in here. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's my motto. Whoa, I sounded pretty cool just now, don't you think? Did you fall in love with me? Am I just to die for? Am I just to die in writhing agony for? So why did you call us here? Certainly it wasn't just to make us exercise. Just to make you exercise. Just to make you exercise. If exercise makes you laugh, exercise will make you cry. Now, if you keep doing these exercises, you will uncover the secret of the Assassin's Fist. Passed down from generation to generation in the Empire of Darkness. The power can be yours. That sounds like the kind of junk a middle schooler would come up with. It doesn't matter. Just get to the point. Did you really call us down here just to exercise, bro?
Hey,
Of course not. You think I have that kind of free time on my hands? Okay, so then... I'd like to make an announcement. Every time you overcome a class trial here at Hope Peak, a whole new world will open up to you. A whole new world?
You guys.
It'd really suck if you had to live here forever with nothing new to stimulate you. Besides, I know how you kids get these days with your ADD and ADHD. I gotta keep you motivated. So go ahead, look around all you want. Enjoy the brave new post-trial world till you explode. Okay. With that, Monokuma disappeared, leaving us even more confused than we did when we showed up. But a whole new world.
Could it be...
Is he talking about a way to get outside?
I wonder about
That seems unlikely.
Piece of shit.
Well, we don't know till we look.
Hey,
Whatever he meant, it seems we'll have to search the school one more time.
You hear me?
Okay then, let's split up and start investigating. When you're done, everyone meet back up at the dining hall and we'll share what we found. You're basically a one-trick pony, you know that? More like a staple food source. Now let's get moving. Seeing his words as their signal, everyone scattered and left the gym. Wow, that was fast. Okay, let's go. Hey, Hero, what's up?
What the heck?
Hey, Makoto, did you see what's inside the display case? Bad. This is super bad, man. What are you talking about? I didn't notice anything all that weird in there. Sure, to the untrained eye, it's nothing, but this is awful. A bad, awful, terrible trap.
You're serious?
That stuff you see lined up there, any god could come up by and use it to send a message. Huh? I've been stuck with knowledge. It's an ill omen of total devastation and ruin.
Let me out of here!
Let me get out. I have no idea what's he talking about, so maybe I'll just leave him alone. I think that's a good call. The gate that was blocking the stairs has been opened? Is this what Monokuma meant by a new world? If so, what's up there? This is the second floor of the school. Maybe there's some kind of clues here. Yeah, I'm sure of it. There's gotta be something here. What's this? The baby's sleeping. Be quiet.
I see.
This must be what he meant by a new world. I should probably take a really close look around. Sure, I guess. It looks like any other classroom other than, well, this. Library. But still, this library is most interesting. Huh? What's interesting about it? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking out loud. The shelf is covered in dust, but on the shelf is a letter. What's this? Hobos Peak Academy.
Indeed.
It was buried under a thick layer of dust. It must have been sticking there for quite a while. Well, shall we see what's inside? But we shouldn't read other people's mails without their permission.
Is that right?
What we shouldn't do is leave this here without finding out what's inside. Oh, okay. I broke open the seal, the dusty envelope, pulled out a single sheet of paper and found inside. I unfolded the paper, read what was written there. From the Hobos Peak Academy Executive Office. Throughout the years, we have been committed to shaping the youth who will one day shape the world. We have a long, proud history as an institution of higher learning with full governmental support. Our graduates enter society ready to take on action leadership roles in every major job field. However, Hobos Peak Academy must now lower this curtain on the glorious history for the time being. This decision was not an easy one to make, but serious issues beyond our controls have made it necessary. But make no mistake, this is not the end of Hobos Peak Academy. We intend to reopen our doors as soon as the issue forcing our closure has been resolved. That being said, this is the end for now. And I would like to personally and sincerely thank everyone for the help and support over the years. For now, we are awaiting official governmental authorization to formally cease operations. What does this mean? The contents of the letter are quite interesting indeed. It seems Hobos Peak had stopped functioning as a school, and judging by the amount of dust on the letter it had collected, it doesn't seem to have happened recently. If I had to guess, I'd say this letter could be at least a year old. So you're saying Hobos Peak closed down at least a year ago? Most likely the mastermind took over the abandoned school in order to put on this little performance. But that would mean it was closed when I got here just a few days ago. I don't think so. But I didn't get that sense at all. Plus, if the school had shut down, don't you think it would have been in all the newspapers and stuff? I mean, you're saying it could have happened over a year ago, right? But before I got here, I looked stuff up online about the school and never saw anything about this.
So in other words,
that must have all been part of the mastermind's plan. They lured us all in here. Someone who could create a place to judge and execute people could potentially be capable of anything. Of course, that's all assuming that this letter is real.
However,
If it's real, though, that does solve one mystery surrounding the school. The reason there are no other students here could be because the school had already been closed down. That would be a nice, simple solution, it's true. But then, what about the other part? This decision was not an easy one to make, but serious issues beyond our control have made it necessary. But make no mistake, this is not the end of Hope's Peak Academy. We intend to reopen our doors as soon as the issue forcing our closure has been resolved. We just went over this. What do they mean by the serious issue? That's apparently why the school had to be closed. Is there any connection between that and what's happening to us now? If the two events are in fact connected, uncovering the connection would be a useful clue on top of figuring out the mastermind's motivation. Although, I can't really say any more until we find more details. So in other words, only the mastermind knows the truth right now. The mastermind's motive. If we could figure out why they would want to imprison us all here, would that be enough for us to get out of here? Or... Whew. It looks like a laptop. The laptop looks pretty old, and it's all covered in dust.
so...
It's broken. I tried pressing the power button early, but nothing happened. It's broken, huh? Too bad. I was hoping I could use it to go online and see what's going on in the outside world. If it's broken, there's nothing I can really do about it. You got anything to say? Oh, we already did this. Never mind. What about you? I'm absolutely shocked. How come? They have all the books here and not one copy of any of my works. Well, yeah, why would they have comics in a library? Plus, most fan fiction is just porn drawn by a bunch of amateurs. You just don't get it, not at all. I do too get it. And with a face like yours, anyone can tell nothing you do is worthwhile. Say whatever you want about me, but never judge a book by its author. Now hear this. Appearances mean nothing at all. What you see before you is nothing more than the rid that contains the meaty pulp of my genius. My creations are what determine my meaning and value. You're so full of it. I'm used to being misunderstood. You think weak attacks like yours will drop my HP? Those two really worry me. Okay, what do you gotta say other than picking on the guy? You must be pretty happy to have all these books around, huh, Toko? Not particular. Nothing really catches my attention so far. Indeed, there are plentiful of books, it's true, but the contents seem lacking. Where's the comic books? Where's the young adult section? Comic books, young adult, that stuff is a waste of time. I've seen what you write, Miss Fakawa. Talent as you are, your stuff isn't any more worthwhile. My stories are filled with true love and pure feelings. Don't compare them to that garbage of yours. Your writing doesn't even mean anything. It's just a bunch of jumbled up letters. So someone should just burn it all. Oh, the lady doth protest too much. Methinks I bet you're secretly into boy-on-boy action. Boy-on-boy, I don't care if it's anime or comics or fanfics or whatever. It's all filth. Throwaway culture that'll be trashed and forgotten in half a decade. Just talking about it makes me sick to my stomach. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Here, you've insulted me and you've insulted my honor. These two are really... Okay. I'm done with them. No more of them. It's remarkable dusty in here, and the lighting is less than ideal. For a library, it's not the kind of place I'd want to do much reading in. Okay, so I guess that's it. Really nothing else? The desk? What about the desk? There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. It looks like the library has been neglected for a pretty long time. As nice as the school itself is, whoever's in charge of upkeep has been pretty lazy. Strange. Hey, coin. Sweet. Oh, I got a lot of coins. No. Oh, okay. It's some kind of archive. All I saw in there was stacks of old books and files. I can't imagine what business you would have in there. That's true, I don't really have any reason to check it out. Okay. Then goodbye. What's here? Another classroom. Reality isn't everything. Yeah, I guess there's nothing in here. This is where the bathroom cleaning supplies are stored. I don't see anything useful in here. So is that it? A bathroom and a library? Bathroom and a library. Let's check the map, I guess. Oh, there's a pool. Let's go to the pool.
Just a second.
Oh, Makoto. Hey, guess what? Guess what I found? A pool. There's a pool here. A pool. Pool. You don't have to keep repeating it. I got it. And there's a ton of exercise equipment in the locker room. Sakura is gonna go nuts when she finds out. Yeah, you're right about that. Hina seems way more excited than usual. You got anything to say? Hey, Chihiro, have you checked out the pool yet? No, I don't like wearing swimsuits. Yeah, you do seem like the type who might not be into that kind of thing. But still, it sounds like the locker rooms here have all the exercise equipment you could ask for. Maybe I'll give it a try. I'd kind of like to get a little stronger. You want to get stronger? I have to say, that's kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
But I'm not even brave enough to step foot into a locker room. Huh? You don't even have to worry. You don't even want to go in the locker room. It's not that I don't want to, it's just... I don't get it. Is she afraid of locker rooms or something? That's pretty weird. Phobia, though. The second floor has opened up, the living area has grown, and a number of facilities are now available. Whatever else is going on, I must admit things have been made much more comfortable for us.
Do you understand?
If things continue like this, the occasional class trial may not be so bad. That's a little dark. Is that a real gun? It's not like we're at war here. Why would you need something like that here? Behind the door is the locker room?
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess you need your handbook to get into the locker room. Really?
Of course.
Really? Ugh. If you want to unlock the locker room, you'll have to swipe your personal e-handbook across the card reader next to the door. However, to ensure maximum security with each locker room, only a boy's handbook can open the boys' locker room, and the same goes for the girls. And that's the bottom line. But what if someone opens the door and then someone else sneaks in? Anyone who commits such indecency will be punished without mercy for their scandalous sexual depravities. See, there's a gauntlet gun mounted on the ceiling, right? And it'll be like, oh, dunka 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 dunka.
Just a second.
I bet it really hurt to get shot by that thing. Are you serious? Yes, it probably would. No, I think it'd be a little worse than that. But what happens if someone loans their handbook to someone else? A boy could borrow a girl's handbook and that would get them in the girls' locker room, would it not? What? That never even occurred to me. To think someone could be so low, so cowardly, so devilish. Okay, then how's this sound? Time for a new rule. As of this moment, loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. There. So now nobody can give their handbook to anyone else, right? You like that? I'm kind of a genius, right? It's because my brain is 100% cotton. I do not imagine anyone would have lent their handbook out in the first place. After all, they would likely be held responsible for anything that person might be using the handbook for. But you know, you seem awfully concerned with all this locker room security stuff.
Of course!
It's because all you teenagers are sex-crazed maniacs. You're at an age you're try humping a plastic bottle. So to keep anything unseemingly from happening, I happen to maintain a rigorous watch. Then in that case, I would ask that you keep the same closed eyes on our dorms. If some man and some women decide to share a room, there would be nothing to stop them. All I care about is protecting the holy image of the school itself. I don't care what happens in your private dorms by force or by cunning. Do whatever you want. I hate you so much.
See ya
Okay, so the new regulations is now in place. See ya. Man, that stupid bear totally ruined my mood. Maybe I'll go take a dip to cheer myself up.
You got it.
Celeste, Chihiro, you want to come with me?
As for me,
There is nothing I hate more than getting water on my face.
I'm
Sorry, I'll pass this time. How come? When you're in a funk, there's nothing better to do than go swimming to pull you out of it. I'm pretty sure that only applies to you. Anyways, now I have a pretty good idea what's on the second floor, but I didn't see anything that might lead to any, kind of exit or anything. All I can do now is hope someone else found something worthwhile. Okay, I better head back to the dining hall as soon as possible. What's up, peeps? Did you find anything?
Listen to me!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how'd it go? Did anyone discover any interesting new anythings?
Yes, indeed.
There is a library, and a pool, a frickin' pool, and a locker room filled with exercise equipment.
Well,
There was not. There was not, however, anything resembling an escape route. Yeah, she's right.
I see!
Well, hey, there's no reason to get all sulky. Wait till you hear about my amazing discovery.
Quiet down and
The
listen!
warehouse and the bathhouse on the first floor of the dorms are now open.
You hear me?
And the warehouse is chock full of food, clothes, whatever you want. There's so much, it's insane. So go ahead, stuff yourself to the gills whenever you feel like.
are you okay with
Keep
this?
in mind, of course, that's going out at nighttime is still prohibited. Please do not forget.
Yo,
Okay, and what about a effing way out of here? You find anything like that? Oh, well,
what?
there wasn't anything in the warehouse we could use to get our asses out of here. Nothing. Unfortunately, no. No, I didn't see anything.
Hey, come on.
You frickin' people.
What?
Who gives a shit if you have a goddamn pool now? Or a warehouse, or whatever the F.
Stop fucking around.
We're still trapped in this piece of shit school. We need to find a goddamn way out. Now, there is no point in taking your anger out on us. Adaptation is the key. And for now, we must each find a way to enjoy our current situation.
You piece of...
Whatever you say. For now, let's just continue investigation and let everyone know if you should discover something.
So then,
So, are we done for today? Well, yeah, I guess. The air seemed to suddenly grow heavy. Was this the mastermind's plan to give us hope just to turn around and betray that hope? Bing bong.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
We all promised not to leave our rooms during nighttime. There's not much else to do, I guess. I'll just go to bed. Mr. Monokuma, do you have a second? I don't really like myself. I don't have any kind of skill or hobby I could say I'm super good at. And my grades are totally average too. My reflexes are okay, not great, not awful. I could get into a decent college where I'd make a new few friends, maybe even find a normal girlfriend. which is exactly why I don't like who I am. I understand that now. My life is just one giant copy-paste. I don't have any imagination. I'm perfectly average cardboard cutout.
You see what I mean, right, Mr. Monokuma?
Uh-huh.
Good morning, everyone! It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine! Get ready to greet another beautiful day! Oh, that's right. I wanted to let you know that your e-handbooks have been updated. New regulations have been added, so please take a look and enjoy your school life more than ever before.
He must be referring to yesterday's loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. But right now, I need to hurry up and head to breakfast. I'm hungry. Hey, peeps.
Hey, Makoto.
Morning. Good morning. Is everyone here already?
Yo.
Nope. Still waiting on Baikoki, and Tako, whatever. No surprise, but it's strange. Taka not here yet. Knowing Taka, I imagine he is trying to get the king of tardiness up out of the bed. I'm sure they'll be here soon. Just be patient.
Let's see.
I don't mind waiting for them, but there is one problem, which is I am thirsty. Me too.
Come on.
How the hell is that a problem? Fumi, would you make me some tea? Huh? Milk tea, if you please? Well, why me?
Let's see.
Your roundish figure reminds me of the owner of the coffee shop I used to frequent. That's your reason?
This is fine.
I can feel my throat drying out. Quickly, please. Okay. Apparently, unable to refuse Celeste's order, Ifumi sulks away into the kitchen, and a few minutes later... Thank you for waiting. Ifumi reappears with the tray in hand, the gentle aroma growing stronger as he approached. Finally. You could have made some for the rest of us, you know.
There's no way to
I
think about
empathic-
this in a common sense kind of way.
Okay, I emphatically decline. You're not my type at all. It's all about the law of causality. Basically, basic instinct. Act and react. Well then, if you don't mind, a small smile played across her lips. She held the teacup delicately in her hand.
Oh.
Wait. She cocked her head to the side and threw the cup as hard as she could at the wall. What the? Hey, what are you doing, my little white rabbit? I hate this kind of tea. I don't understand.
Yes.
Imagine we are at a coffee shop, just any normal everyday caf. I sit down and I order some tea. Then they ask me, would you like lemon or milk? Now, further imagine that I reply, yes, I would like milk tea, please. In this case, alone with my tea, they may bring me a small container of milk, yes? But this is not for me. I am among those who prefer the milk to be part of the process from the outset. The fragrance is just so overwhelmingly sweet that way. Adding milk or lemon right before you drink is like dousing your fries in ketchup, mere condiments. Whenever looking for a caf, I first review their menu to see if it offers the proper style of milk tea. And I cannot acknowledge any milk tea that does not add the milk during the brewing process. If I had to describe our shared reaction to what we just heard, I'd have to go with wide-eyed bewilderment. I went to all the trouble to make you that tea, and you wanted me to go even further? Yes, I realize it can be a bit of a hassle. Even in casks that offer proper milk tea, it is always more expensive than simple tea with milk. It takes more time to prepare, surely, but why even bother creating a menu if you're not going to offer the highest level of quality? Well, we don't actually have a menu.
You little
does not matter. Hurry up and bring me what I asked for, you swine.
What?
Okay, your little piggy will bring you right away. I do love coercion. You were like a totally different person just now. Yeah, you really went psycho there. I knew there was more to her than when I first met her. I'd hate to have her as an enemy. Seriously, man, she's one scary chick. The dining hall door flew open and one of the late arrivals came storming in. But, bad news, everyone. There is a mystery afoot. Huh? What happened? It would seem Byakuya refused to leave his room. I stood there pressing his doorbell over and over, but he never showed himself. Maybe he's just wasn't there. I like to think so, but I'm worried something might have happened to him. What he meant by that. He didn't have to say anything else. Everyone understood exactly what that might mean. It might be a good idea if we all split up and go and look for him. I was just about to suggest that at the same time.
What's your problem?
Stop trying to one-up everyone. Okay, then I'll go check his room one more time. I'm going to keep on hammering that button till I get a response.
Well,
Very well, then the rest of us can go and check the rest of the building. Yeah, before it's, too late. Anyways, we have to just do our best to find Bakura. Yeah, okay, I know where he is. I'm pretty sure he's... you know what? I'm going to save it here. That's what I'm gonna do. Nope. I gotta figure out how to save. There we go. I'll save it here, and I will continue later on tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Please follow me if you do, because I'm going to keep playing it. So